Hello, everyone. I am so sorry. I had technical issues and also, there's no other word for it, brain fart issues. It was not Jess's fault. It was my fault. I take 100% responsibility for being completely out of practice with this whole thing. So as you can see, I'm live and I'm also alive, which helps tremendously when you're trying to do a video. You don't get as many views when you're, you know. So, but before I bring my guest on, I want to say a huge big shout out to my lovely young friend, Rochelle Ramsey. She's been so brave and she's going through so much just now that I thought I was really nervous about coming on. And I thought, if she can go through what she's going through, I can do this. And so basically, I want to thank Rochelle for giving me the strength to come on here tonight. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about my guest. She's got a true crime channel, but it's way more than a true crime channel in my eyes. It's true crime with Jess Rose, but I think it's just titled Jess Rose. Now, for me, she's a forgotten victims advocate. Week in and week out, twice a week, she goes on and tells these harrowing stories about these people that lost their lives, and some of them in needless ways. Well, they're all needless, but some of them in just they could have been prevented if people had stepped in. And a lot of these people people don't know about them. And she comes on and tells these stories, and for me, I love the fact that that's like a record of these people's existence. And I'm all about the victims. You guys that know me, yous know I'm all about the victims. So for me, it just was a no-brainer to have Jess on for my first video. I can see everybody in the chat, and I'm going to pick out some comments when I get Jess on, but I'd love you all to welcome Jess because I'm really privileged to have her here.
Hi. 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 Here I am. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
That was an amazing introduction. I've done it again. Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
We always talk over each other. We're so bad.
I'm going to stop. I'll hold back, Sharon. I'll hold back. I was just going to say that was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much. That was an amazing introduction. I couldn't discuss what I do any better than that. So thank you very much. Thank you. And it's a privilege. It's such a privilege to be your first person as well. And now I'm going to stop interrupting,
Well, everybody's here. Tiffany's here. Ray's here. Warwick came over.
Hi, guys.
Wait, let's see if I see if Phil's here as well. I put this one up because I agree.
Oh, Phil, thank you. Oh, they're amazing, aren't they? They're just...
To show that she's a legend, I will embarrass her by putting this up because I know it embarrasses her. But the link to Jess's channel is in the video description, and you'll get to be able to just click on it and subscribe, and you better, because if you don't, I'll fall out with you. So
thank you, guys. Thank you.
I'm only kidding. But again, I'm sorry for that delay. That was completely my fault. I'm not even going to tell you, but it was my fault. So
it was me keeping her chatting. I'm sorry. It was me. I was nattering away. I'd been watching one of her videos that she'd put up, and I'm just throwing information at her. So yeah, it was my fault. Completely pull her off us. So there we go. But we're here. Here we are. So
Matt's here as well. Matt's one of my friends as well. Do you know what? I always laugh when there's like more moderators than I don't want to say civilians because the moderators are not superior, you know. But I'll tell
You
you why I've got lots of moderators. I'll just tell you why.
Okay.
Quickly, I'll tell you quickly.
Go on.
I can do that. I can do things like that.
Okay, go
I
on.
have people from all over the world, basically. I've
Mhm.
got people from all over the world that are my moderators because I sometimes do things at different times because I do videos with, well, I used to do videos like during the night almost with like my
Right.
good late friend Richard. And
Yes.
I always had to have like moderators at different times. So whenever I'm doing something like this, like a comeback, everybody's coming in to
There
see
they
me.
are.
It looks like they're all there. So, but yeah, no, it's
Oh,
great.
hi, lovely.
Hi, I love steak. Hi, hi.
Oh,
I'm sorry if. Oh, hi, Jessica. Oh, you found us good. There was somebody else, but that couldn't find me yesterday, and
Claire,
I
Angel Love, I think it
yeah,
was, but I
but it
did
wouldn't let me
put.
add the link. Did
I
you?
put the link on the
Yeah,
post today that I'd put up, so
great.
hopefully she can find
Yeah.
you. Hopefully, yes, she should be able to. I
Well,
can't see why not.
well, now I can't remember if I've asked you how you are.
You have, I think you have, but I got very hyped
I
up,
don't want to
Sharon.
repeat
I got
myself.
really hyped up. I did, and I think I just bulldozed the conversation. So yes, I am. Wow, I'm obviously very nervous, which increases the volume tenfold to more
Oh,
than what
you
it
don't
would
need to be
normally be.
nervous for me.
But
Everyone knows you don't need to be nervous for me. It's fine.
I'm calming down. I'm calming down. I think it's only when I see my channel run along the bottom, I just start to feel my cheeks start
Yeah,
to go a little bit red, and I
like
start to
like
blush a little bit.
when this happens, like when this happens.
Oh God, oh God, yes, that thing there, that thing there. It just look. The fan's gonna have to come out again, Sharon. It's coming out again. It's back out again. But I'm gonna try and keep it away from the mic because I know that's irritating. So I will keep that away from the mic. But yes, every time that comes up, the
Oh,
fan's gonna have to come out.
well, I was going to say, obviously, I did my introduction of your channel, but
Hmm.
I would like for you to tell me why you started it and, a few things like that, and take as long as you like.
Oh God, don't say
So
that.
how
Don't say
I
that. I
don't
don't
wanna
think these
say
poor
the
people have got all night, Sharon. I don't think they've got all night. So I'll try and
yeah,
condense it a little bit. But
yeah,
yeah, it was. I'm going to be honest, and I don't know if she's still watching. But it was my mum. She, when I was very, very, very young, maybe I shouldn't say that, but she had a book, and it was called Look for the Woman. And to this day, I haven't come up against anyone who's read it. And
yeah.
basically it was female. On this slide, do we have to cover words? Like, do we have to put in different words for stuff on this
No,
slide?
I don't know because 'cause I'm not monetized. I don't it's only people that monetize their channels and
They
get
cover
they
it up.
don't get them. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
irritates me. I just,
Obviously,
I
if it's
don't.
like something graphic, I would,
I mean, if
you
it
know,
was something too bad, yeah, it's the M word basically. And
yeah,
basic murder. It's what we do, isn't it? So it was female murderers going back to the 18th century.
yeah.
And
Ah,
I think I'd very briefly mentioned it in one of my pre-recorded videos way, way, way back. And to give a little insight into this book that I'd come across that I just found, and I was like, oh my God,
yeah.
what's this? It had a very, very tiny paragraph on Moira Hindley. Now, we all know her, we
Ah,
know
right.
how bad it is.
Yep,
She got a very tiny paragraph in that book. So I think
yeah,
from that, it should give you an inkling into just how bad these women
yeah,
were. And
yeah.
I think even back then, it opened my eyes to the
Mm,
fact, oh, women are capable of this sort of stuff too,
yeah,
which was a shock. Although it did show they were more went along the lines of poisonings and, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that kind of route. But yeah, it was quite a graphic book, and that started this interest that just went
Yeah.
on. So fast forward up to 2019, and
Mm.
I'm watching every crime show I can possibly see, and then if I got
Yeah.
just an inkling of a crime that had happened, I'd have to research everything I knew about it.
Yeah.
But I'm apart from my mum, not see. I find true crime is like Marmite. People either like it or they
Love it.
don't.
Aye.
Yes, they do. So, and I was coming up across a lot of people who hated it, and would look at me like, is there something wrong with you? Or I'd feel that they were looking at me like there was something wrong with me.
Yeah.
That was kind of how I was feeling. And I was like, I can't be alone. I can't be alone and have
Yeah.
this interest and want to
Yeah.
find out. And I do make it very clear, it's not the crime itself that gets me.
Yeah.
It's following it all the way through
Yeah.
to the as far to the end as the conclusion as I can get to, which is why a lot of them you will notice on my channel. I like to get to the sentence, and you know, or even if
Yeah.
you know they've been released, as far as I can get to.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get anyone to talk to, so I thought, right, okay, well, I'm going to talk to a camera and see how it
Yeah.
goes. And here we are 5 years later, and I'm still going. So that's what started the
Yeah.
whole interest. Blame my
Good.
mum. That's where it came from.
Ah,
So
that's always. I'm sure that therapists hear that all over the world. Blame the mum.
yeah, it was my mum. I won't tell you what age I was when I found the book, so I won't go that far. But yes, it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it created just such an interest for me. Like nothing too dark either. It was more
Yeah.
wanting to know the
Yeah.
before and the afters rather than
Yeah.
the middle,
Yeah.
if you get what I mean. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where it all came from anyway. So
You do it really
yes,
well, though. You do it really well because I
thank you.
couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't go on live and tell a story from beginning to end like that. I mean, for
Oh,
me,
I love it. I love doing it. I do. Do you know what it was? When I started in 2019, I think, oh, guys, after my first thing was I didn't want to edit.
mm,
I'd made that. It, YouTube was going through a phase of, there
yeah,
was a lot of very polished, very quick changed videos that the
yeah,
edits were, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some amazing videos and creators out there where they're
yeah,
editing, you know, it's not so noticeable, but I've noticed back,
yeah.
um, oh,
Oh,
she's gone.
we lost
Oh, she's back.
Jess.
She's back. See, you
Back.
would,
Was it me?
I'd still
I
just
thought
carry
I
on,
lost
yeah,
you.
I'd still carry on talking, Sharon.
I didn't know where you went or if it was me that went. Sorry. Technical
You're back.
difficulties.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It was only a split second. But
Sorry.
yeah, I knew from the very beginning that I didn't want to edit the videos. I
Mm,
wanted them to be
yeah.
as just as natural. I don't know if that's the right word, but just to see
Yeah.
everything from the
Pure.
beginning to the
Yeah.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted. And some people
Yeah.
either like that or they don't. Some people like to see the pictures. They like to
Yeah.
um you know, like shorter videos, like a quick 10-minute of all the
Yeah.
information, a lot of pictures in there.
Go.
That can be
Yeah.
other people's interest. It wasn't, that's not how I
Yeah.
wanted to come across. So I remember saying very early days, I can't wait to get to a certain subscriber count and then I can go
Yeah.
live. And naively, I can say now, because I wasn't editing my videos, I
Mm,
believed that going live would be pretty much the same thing. I learned on the very first live that no, it's not. It's not the same thing at all. It's really
You
not.
have participation by the audience when
You
you're
do.
live. That's
Yes,
it,
you
yes.
do.
And
You
I'm watching
do.
what yous are all saying there, by the way. I can see what yous are all saying.
Are they all nattering?
Warwick.
Oh, oh, I bet. Do you know what? I don't even want to know what that man's saying at the minute. He's probably like, tell her to stop rabbling. But
William actually said something funny. I was going to put, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I'm just trying to
no,
find
not at all.
what William said.
You said murder. I'm phoning you, Jim. Please don't report me, William. Please don't. I said the word. I said the bad word.
I thought that was funny.
Yes. Oh, it is, and it's just the way it is now. And I've got to admit, with the way a lot of the channels are gone, I didn't realise it was monetized channels that were doing that. I didn't realise. I just thought it was a thing we were going into, and the whole grape, and things like that. I'm just like, oh, come on,
they
we're
say
adults.
PDF file instead of
PDF
another one.
file.
I do like
Yes.
that one myself, actually. Not that I've said
PDF
it.
files, not bad. Yeah, that one's not bad.
Yeah.
The grape drives me crazy. Essay, okay, essay, fair enough. But I just think when we upload these videos, we have to mark them as not suitable for children anyway.
And that should be enough.
It should be enough. And even if they want to mark them as over 18s only, I'd be okay with that. But to just try and stop people's speech to that degree, it drives me crazy. But I'm going to phone the FBI. Please don't phone them.
I have to tell you that Jerome actually has phoned the FBI before.
Has he? Why? What would that have been for?
That we're all involved in.
Okay.
He phoned up the FBI to get them to look at some. He even phoned the White House.
Is this Jerome? Is this Jerome we're talking about? Oh my goodness,
so
Jerome! I didn't know.
He's not kidding on. There's videos. I'll see if I can find them and I'll send you them. And you'll see me
he's
actually
a feisty little thing. I didn't realise he was like that. Okay. Excellent. But that's, do you know what? And I like that because it's putting something behind it. I do. I think it's a great community to be in. I'm not. Oh, how do I word this now in the nicest possible way? Hi, Kelly. Oh God, I don't know even whether to say it. The bigger, huge creators, let's just say. Do you know what? I've completely lost my train of thought in trying to say it in a sense. See, this is what happens when you try and censor yourself. You completely go off. But that's what I meant to. Oh, yes, I'm from Jerome. The bigger creators, sometimes, I could be wrong. I don't know them personally, but sometimes I think they're just doing them for the sake of doing them. I've said it. Not. Do you know what? I'm only talking about less than a handful, but I can't help it. And if I can't feel any empathy coming across the screen, I can't watch it because I know I'm literally just a number and it's for a view. It's for a click. And I'm not interested in that. So I love the fact that he's done that. So I phoned the Queen Peter and Johnny Chop.
I thought you would like that one.
It all helps. Oh, they're a fab bunch.
The people that are saying about my studio as well. Thank you.
It's fabulous. I told you, it's beautiful. It's absolutely fabulous. I was very privileged. I got to see it. Was it a few days? It was a few days ago. Last Wednesday. Yes, it was. And it's fabulous. It makes me like, I want one of them. I want a lovely little studio like that. But no, it looks so good.
I'm in a padded sale.
I think you need to be sometimes to covering what we do, don't you? You have to just keep yourself away from everyone else. But no, it looks so good. It does. I'm glad everyone's looking at it because it does. I was going to mention it at first, and I was like, no, I better not say anything just yet. But it looks so good. It does.
Oh, there's
But
loads of
yeah,
people here. Jamie's here and Jinxie's here as well. Loads. Oh, I'm so privileged to have everybody here. It's so nice. It really is. Do you know how many is
oh
watching? Do you know how many
no,
is watching?
I haven't a
21.
clue. Is
21.
that? Oh God! Now I'm
It
gonna
was
get
up at
nervous.
24 a wee minute ago. So two
Oh,
left.
aren't
Right.
they
That's
lovely?
it.
Oh,
When
well,
they get
the
back to
ones
the
that go,
toilet.
that's fine. That's fine. Up you go. That's fine. But no, how lovely.
Oh.
I think it shows, it's a credit to you, Sharon, because like you say,
Oh.
it's your first live back in a little while. And the fact that you've managed to
Big
draw
while.
in so many people, it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Oh.
amazing. So it's a credit to you. And it
Oh,
just
thank
shows
you.
how good you are. It does. It does. And again,
Good at
like I say,
PR.
you are. And it's such a privilege to be your first one on your
Yeah.
comeback. Would you say comeback? See, I'm
Yeah.
trying so hard, Sharon. I'm
Yeah.
trying so hard not to have I watched my live from last night again and I realised that I concentrated on the word, nothing to do with the story whatsoever. It
Yeah.
was after the fact, and it was concentrating on is it your niece in Tanzania?
Oh,
That I
that was
struggled
hilarious.
so hard with to
I had to
realise.
spell it out for you, like,
Tanzania, I think I was calling it, in Romania. And then I was like, and then I was mocking somebody, going, "Oh, you mean what? What did I think he meant?
Transylvania
Tasmania,
or
Tasmania."
Tasmania.
Thinking that was in
Yep.
Romania with the
Yep.
vampires, and then we realised that's in Australia. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A nightmare, absolutely not. So I'm trying to avoid any of those this evening. Although I've just discussed it anyway. So
Yeah.
there we go. That went down the pan, didn't it? I'm just
Well,
going to
that's
stop
like me.
talking
I
now.
say, "Oh, I'm not going to say this," and then it comes out my mouth.
It comes out anyway. It comes out anyway. That's just what happens. Look, I've gone red now. I'm like, what did you say?
Oh. Well,
Oh dear.
I have got a serious question, right? But this is
Absolutely.
not like an interview. Oh, have I gone again? Is it me?
No,
I'm back. Was it you? Did we freeze? I'm
it might have been me. You're
sorry for having
freezing.
any
You're
confusion.
freezing a
Right.
little bit, but it's okay. It's
Right.
okay. Split second.
Am I back? Am I
You're
back?
back.
Right.
You're back.
Sorry. Sorry. That's
hmm
me getting the best wire I could get as well, and it must just be blame Virgin.
It's
That's what it is.
it's
Blame them.
literally split seconds. It's fine. It's fine. If you blinked, you'd miss it. So you're fine.
So okay, that's good. Well, oh, wait a
hmm
minute, actually. First, before I ask the serious thing, right, I'm just gonna
hmm
do this again because there might be people here that weren't here earlier on when I put it up the first time. She gets
There we are.
embarrassed every time I
There we
put
go.
that up.
The
All the
fun's back
information
out.
for Jess's
The
channels
fun's
in the
back out.
description.
This fan's going to have its own channel by the end of it. I tell you, it's terrible. It has to come everywhere with me. Oh, damn. But thank you.
Okay, okay. So what I was going to say was, right, the reason I couldn't do lives the way you do is because I think I would get annoyed and not be able to keep it reined in,
hmm
at some
hmm
points. And or I would get maybe emotional about some
hmm
things. Obviously, like they're very tragic stories. Um,
Absolutely.
and I'm a big softie. I'm really
hmm
empathetic for people and all
hmm
that. So um I couldn't do it. Plus, I don't think I'd be able to forget them, after I
hmm
told the story.
hmm
So how do you stop it from basically getting heartbroken every week? How do you cope with that?
Okay. Um, I understand what you mean with forgetting it afterwards.
Yeah.
First, let me. I want to say where it doesn't make me sound rigid. When I find a case, let's say,
Yeah.
and as we know, the hardest ones are children.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
two ways about that. I've done some awful cases of adults, um,
Yeah.
adults with special needs and everything else, and they're horrific.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
fact is to, like you say, come on alive and talk about it. The
Yeah.
children are just they're just the hardest. That's never going to change.
Yeah.
To be able to do the live, what I have to do for a week, 2 weeks, even leading up to me doing that particular story,
Yeah.
I have to literally saturate
Yeah.
myself with as much information as I possibly can about the
Yeah.
case, to the point where, and this is why I was a bit reserved when I was talking about to talk a second ago. It, not
You have
to
to
take away,
desensitize yourself.
desensitize. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
Sorry
I
for
have
jumping
to.
in, but I knew
No,
that's what you were
I'm
trying
glad
to
you have.
say.
I'm glad you
I
have,
knew what
because I
you
was
were trying
like,
to say.
do I
Yeah.
say that? Do I not? Do I,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's to
In a way,
basically
you did.
desensitize myself to the story.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
have been a couple, I can't lie. The one that springs to mind very quickly, obviously, of course, I won't talk
Yeah.
about the case, but just it was the baby Brianna Lopez story.
Yeah.
Now, I've known about that case for, oh my God,
Yeah.
about 15 years now.
Yeah.
But I'd never, ever wanted to do that one. I
Yeah.
just, I didn't think I'd be able to. I just didn't think I'd be able to do it. And that one almost got me, that one. And the reason I try and stop that happening, getting emotional or getting
Yeah.
too angry,
Yeah.
I have sworn on the very odd
Yeah.
occasion, but the reason I try my best to stay as neutral as possible is,
Yeah.
I think sometimes if I don't want the emphasis to be on me in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. I want to be able to put the story across where every bit of using the word again, emphasis is on the story, on the
Yeah.
victim. And I think if I'm sat there sobbing or
Mhm.
losing my rag, where I'll throw something, or I'm swearing or anything else, it takes away from what I'm trying to put across.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a case of just like I said, desensitizing myself
Yeah.
before I approach that subject. So,
Yeah.
or a story, should I say? And then after, believe it or not, and again, this is why I sort of held myself back a second ago. Once I have done a story and I've give it
Yeah.
everything I can and put it out there, don't get me wrong, I don't just forget about it if I
Yeah.
hear that the perpetrator's got out, or has hopefully come to a groggy end in prison or something, any of those sort of things.
Yeah.
I will update the story, but for the most part I do then move on to the next one
Yeah.
and try and give the next story everything I can. And
Yeah.
so I do find myself sometimes when I'm starting a story, I'll start by describing the victim, even if I can only find them.
Ooh,
Oh, she's back. It's
am
okay.
I gone or are you back?
No,
Is it
you're
me or
back.
is it you?
You're disappearing off my screen, but I don't know, is it me going or you're going? So, but it's literally
Well,
only
I
a
was
split
still
second.
there and you disappeared, but it might, I don't know. I
I
don't
wonder
know.
if it's
I
me.
don't know
I
who.
know it's me thinking it's you the whole time. Maybe it's me. But
You know,
yeah, I'm sure it's only a split second. But
yeah.
yeah, it's I do just, I've lost where I was now. But
You
yeah, I
have to
do
do
try to
that
move
the
on.
way. Yeah. It's not, I would say it's not so much, probably you don't mean, not that I'm guessing what
No,
you
go
mean,
on, because I might have
but
worded it completely
I
wrong.
know. No, I don't think you worded it wrong. I think you worded it really well the way you said things. But it's like when I'm researching things, it's like you need to, if you weren't letting some things go, let's say, and
Hmm.
giving, there's no way you can give 100% to your next story if
If you
60% of you
still,
still in the last one. Yeah,
yes, and that still had an effect,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
was, I don't know if you want me to and I'm jumping in, look at me. But I did stop for a year,
Yeah. Yeah.
2022 to 2023. And
Yeah.
that was, I'd hit a wall. And there was
Yeah.
one story, and it wasn't actually the story I just said, but I'd
Yeah.
come up against a story and I just thought it was, I'd hit a wall where I thought, how can people be that
Mm.
evil? Look, I
Yeah.
mean, I know they can be. I've gone
Yeah.
to the dregs of society, but this one, it just got me in a way that it, and to be honest, the weird part was I have, they're all horrific, don't get me wrong, but I've done more graphic, let's say, stories than that particular one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there was just something about it, and I just thought, I can't do this anymore. I
Mm.
just can't. I, yeah, I just hit a wall. I don't know what it was, and days went by, weeks went by, and before I
Yeah.
knew it, I was coming round to a year. Um, and I think all it was, I noticed I was still getting subscribers, and I
Yeah.
just had the biggest pang of guilt. Like, there are people
Oh.
still watching my videos. It's like,
Mhm.
this is ridiculous. And then I went to do a video and I was like, YouTube's letting me go live. Let's go. And that's where we started
Yeah.
from last year. So that's what brought us back to where we were last year in
Yeah.
September. But yeah, I just literally hit a wall where I just couldn't believe that human beings could be that dark and
Yeah.
that
I know.
evil. Yeah, it was just too much. It
Yeah.
was too much at that point. But like I say, it wasn't, I'd done worse. That sounds terrible, but I had.
Mm.
But this one, yeah, it just affected me a little bit differently. And yeah, but I'm back. And I've actually done that story since.
Yeah.
It still took me a while, but I
Yeah.
did end up doing that story. And like I just mentioned, once I'd done it, I threw myself in. I got every bit of information I could possibly get.
Yeah.
I did the story, and once I did it, and then
Mhm.
obviously had to move on to the next story, I found I could do it, but maybe maybe if I'd have just done the story 2 years ago, that wouldn't have happened. But
Yeah.
I just hit a wall. I just hit a wall, and I was like, I can't
Yeah.
do this anymore. I just can't. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I came back, because now
Yeah.
I've had nearly 100 more cases that I've been able to bring to everyone. That
Yeah.
keeps those
Which is
those
amazing. Yeah.
keeps them alive, and it keeps people knowing
Yeah.
about them, and that's all I want to do, really.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
how I managed to battle through it. And plus the lives, as you know
Yeah.
yourself, I have a great bunch in my lives that sort
Yeah.
of
You do.
can break
You
that
do.
can break that emotional side, and they're great when it is
Yeah.
very emotional, and it
Yeah.
does get quite dark. They go quite
Mhm.
quiet, and but
Mhm.
then
We
at
do.
the
We
end,
do.
you
'Cause I'm
do,
there
you do,
too. Yep. Yeah.
you go
I'm
very
there
quiet,
too.
and
I'm there
you're
too.
golden. Yeah,
Yep.
I know you're honestly, and I always say that, like, I'm there twice a week. It comes up
Yeah.
to about an hour and a half each video, and the fact that
Yeah.
yourself and all the guys in my life that take that time out of
Yeah.
of your own week, and they're it's like 3 hours a week that they're taking out just to watch me ramble, which still surprises me every time. And
Yeah.
I always consider it such a privilege that I do get people that will come into the lives. It's
Yeah.
shocking, and it's amazing every time, and I'm always so grateful. And being able to bring stories like I do,
Yeah.
I'm more on the Thursday that people
Yeah.
may not have heard of, although 9 times out of 10, someone's heard of it, whether it be yourself or Phil might have heard.
Yeah.
Someone may have heard of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But that's what I do try to do, and that breaks that emotional side at the
yeah,
end. It sort of breaks that where I can come away after the live and it's not sort of a
yeah,
heavy feeling.
yeah.
I've lifted up a little bit by the end of the live, which is amazing,
Yeah.
and it is thanks to yourself and all the other guys on my live. I can never be more grateful, and I don't know if
Oh.
I've said that. I've got to stop praising them. I've got to stop praising them because by tomorrow
I know they get big
they're going to have
heads. I
such big
know.
heads by the end of it.
Yeah.
But yous are also amazing, so I'm
Oh.
very grateful.
Well, it's a testament to you, the fact that you've got such a nice crowd around you, because
The,
I've seen some YouTubers and I've been in their live chats and I've thought, I might want to know about this video, but I ain't going in that live chat because they're a bunch of nutcases.
I
And I don't
really.
say that, yeah, don't say that in your chat. Right away, I was like, I just,
Comfortable.
you just took me in right away. It was like,
Yes,
yeah, it was just like I
they're a
fitted in
great
and,
group.
you know,
They are. They're
yeah,
such a good. Well, you as well. I mean, you've been there as long as the rest of them have. I think. Obviously, Tiffany, as we know, is my sister.
yeah,
Hayley, I know. Face to face as well. But the rest of the guys,
mhm,
Warwick has been a subscriber
yeah,
for a very long time. Phil's been a
yeah,
subscriber for a very long time. Who are Kelly, a huge subscriber. And
yeah.
everyone's been a subscriber from going back to all my
Beginning,
pre-recorded
yeah,
videos and
yeah,
the
yeah,
beginning,
yeah,
and to have them come through. Natalie, she doesn't tend to take part in the live, but she always says hello. She's
yeah,
been a subscriber for a
yeah.
very long time. Oh God,
Oh.
do you know what? Now that I've started naming, I'm so sorry, Sharon, but if I forget anyone, I'm gonna
It's
feel
like Haley,
terrible.
Kelly, it's like
So there's
um,
Kelly yourself,
Jessica. There's
Jessica.
all the
Jessica's,
yeah,
she's new,
yeah,
but she's amazing. She's
yeah,
she's such a good
yeah.
girl. And it's the fact that
Good girl.
we've
Never
all
say
got a
that.
very, what's
Wee
that?
pat.
Sorry.
You said good girls as if you're giving her a wee
Oh, I'm
pat in the
passing her on the
head.
head. Do you know what? I don't even know her age. She could be older than me. That's terrible. But they're just
Oh,
such a good. And I think what it is they've got a great sense of humour.
yeah.
And I share
Big
that sense of
hearts as
humour.
well.
Big
Big
hearts. They're
hearts.
very
Yeah,
caring. They're
yeah,
such a good bunch. And
yeah,
when you come in, I can imagine it's daunting because
mhm,
they're very welcoming. But yes, you have
yeah,
to have that thicker skin because they have got
yes,
a vicious
yeah.
sense of humour, but a great sense, and they're good. They're such a good group. So yeah, I couldn't be more grateful, and including
Oh,
yourself, obviously in the group. It
oh,
makes it makes me want to do the lives as well. It
yeah,
sort of, there's some Tuesdays or Thursdays where I don't know, I
yeah.
might have had a rough week for whatever
Life
reason,
gets
but
in the way. Life
it
gets in the way.
does. It
Yeah,
does. And it's not only due to the story that I want to get out,
yeah,
it's you guys coming through, and if you can make the effort, then I've got no excuse. And yeah, so
yeah.
that keeps the lives going as they are. I've got to admit, when I started the 2 a week, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? But now it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just part of my life now. And yeah, just
Yeah.
very, very grateful to
You're
everyone.
just
But
waiting to get a studio. You're just waiting for a
just
studio,
need my
that's what.
studio,
Yeah.
Sharon. I just need my studio, my name up in lights, and I'll be happy. I'll
I
be
name
more
it
than
lights.
happy.
I've put this wee comment up because it's Rochelle using her mum's account.
Oh,
Oh,
how
you're very, very
lovely.
welcome, Rochelle. I'm glad you liked your
Oh,
shout out and thank you. And
oh, hi,
oh yeah,
Rochelle. Oh, that's lovely. That's really Is it,
she's my wee
is it,
friend.
that's your friend, and is it Rochelle's mum that's poorly? Is it, or is it she's poorly, or anyone? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
still
all
here.
gone. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I thought I'd stuck then. I thought I'd stuck then. Or was there any? Have I just got that wrong? Have I got that wrong? What
you're
did you
right.
say at the
There's
very beginning?
health problems all round
Yes,
in
there
the
we go.
family.
There we go. I
That's the
was just looking
easiest
then. I was
way
like, oh
to
my
say.
God, have I just made that
Yeah.
up?
No,
Right.
no, you're right. You're right.
Oh, I was
She's
just going
been
to say,
very
I hope they
brave.
feel better.
Oh, I'm sure they'll appreciate that. Um,
Oh, you've got
but
such a good bunch, though.
I was gonna ask you, so you do
Hmm.
your stories and you take requests? I don't mean singing. You don't do karaoke, do
Oh,
you?
goodness me, no, because no one would be watching that, Sharon. No one would be watching that. I don't know if you were there to witness my happy birthday that I did the other week to Kelly and Warwick. Voice of an angel, I can tell you now. I don't know why my name's not up in lights yet, but no, goodness me, no, that no one would watch that.
Your name's up
But
in a
yes, I
shop
do.
window, don't let her in.
Oh, ever, don't do it. Don't let her hear anything. No,
Oh,
she'll break glass. But yes, I do. I take requests on a Tuesday, and that was
yeah,
where the 2 nights a week had come into play. And you know, we did it from the September to, I think we made it to the January, just the Thursdays,
yeah,
and I just thought it'd be nice. It'd be nice to maybe do the 2 a week, and then it was like,
yeah,
but what do we do for that other day? Am I just gonna
yeah,
try and bring the stuff? And then I think I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it was one of you guys that
mm,
said, you know, what about doing requests? I don't think
yeah,
I wouldn't have come up with that. I wouldn't have even thought of that. So
yeah,
I know it was one of the guys that had come up with that, and I was like, that's a really,
yeah,
really good idea. And
yeah,
yeah, they're never slow in their requests.
yeah,
There's always a long list. Bless them. They've always got a list ready for me to go through, and I do try to do everyone apart from
yeah,
there was one I was asked to do, I think, as you know, a couple of weeks ago. If my sister's still watching now, she's going to be cringing in a corner. But it was one that was slightly controversial,
okay,
um that I genuinely, and I think it's the first time I genuinely did not want to particularly do that one,
yeah,
only because it was, don't get me wrong, I won't shy away from controversy, but
yeah,
this one was just, it's a different type of controversial, and I was like, oh, I
yeah.
don't know about this one. And as it happened, it did sort of cause a little bit of head butting,
Ah,
let's say.
I remember which one.
Yes, it
Yes, I
did.
remember.
It's all
Mhm.
been rectified now, but yes, it did cause a
Yeah,
little bit of a head butting. But obviously, I did it. It's a request.
yeah,
I'm never going to say no. Although I did get mocked at how long it took me to do it. I think Tiffany
mhm,
made that point the last time. But I'll
yeah.
always do whatever I'm
I'll out
requested to
it.
do.
I'll
I'm
just
going to do
out
it.
it. Sorry, I talked over you there by accident. I thought I'll out it. Jessica's saying what it is. Yeah,
Yes,
I'll out it. I'll
yes,
just put
it
it up
is.
there for
Yes,
posterity.
it is. It
For all the
absolutely
nosy
is.
for all the nosy people that are watching this afterwards. We wanna know what it
I
is.
don't know whether to say. I'm so honestly, you know what I'm like. I'm an open
Yeah,
book. I'll say it, but I don't know whether to say. But yeah, it was
yeah,
Gypsy Rose Blanchard,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
was
yeah,
honestly, it just wasn't one I wanted to do, just
yeah,
given, like I say, the controversy surrounding her.
yeah.
And I'd done it in 2 parts, but I did say that once she was released from prison, I wasn't going to do anymore. Stop letting Jess, you're not to request from him. Stop that
Aye,
now.
but that might not have been for a video, so you shut up, you.
That's when he thought
I know what
my
he's like.
yeah, he was when he thought my Patreon was actually for something else. That's what it was, but
Mm,
it wasn't.
okay.
It wasn't. It's just Patreon. Um, but no, yes, he is right. He did ask me for a request, but we did discuss that, Warwick. I think I did end up doing it, but I'll approach him tomorrow. I'll approach him tomorrow because I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did do the one he'd requested. It was,
Yeah.
in fact, off the top of my head, just to call him out on the live.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure it was. Oh goodness me! Yeah, it was Operation Orchid, and it was the young lads in London. Oh God, what was Sydney Cook? It was Sydney Cook. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. So there we go, Warwick. You can stop calling me out on the live now. I knew I'd get to it eventually. So yes, I did do huge request, but there was another one I know he'd asked for that I hadn't done, but there was a reason
Yeah.
for that. But I do try. Any requests I'm given, I do try to make sure they're
Yeah.
done, even if I'm a bit like, oh, I don't know about this one. But if they're
Oh,
requested, I'm gonna give them my best and give them my all. So yeah, but they are a good bunch,
that's
and
good.
as your guys can see, they call me out all the time. So yeah, I don't get
That's
away
the
with
best
anything.
audience to have. That's the best.
They are.
I
I
was
don't get
gonna
away with anything.
well, eh, I'm part of your audience, so, I'm not gonna
Yes, you
let you
are.
away with anything either, so what I was gonna
Yes.
say is, obviously I have to put that up again,
Press the
eh,
phone. The phone's back.
but what there is a reason for putting it up this time. I was gonna say, since I asked about doing requests and stuff,
Mhm. Mhm.
obviously there's gonna be people thinking, "Oh, I know this case and I've never seen a video about it,"
Okay.
and there's loads of videos on YouTube, but there's loads of cases that aren't represented very well on YouTube
Right.
or at all. So if
Yes.
any of my audience are thinking about a case, they would just come on your channel and put it in the comments, a
Of
request.
course, yes, they can. I mean, they can drop it in the comments. They could come and join us on a live if they wanted
Yeah.
to. But yeah, if they, obviously Tuesdays and Thursday at 8 p.m.
Yep.
Shameless plug there.
Yep.
But
Oh, it's so shameless, it's perfect.
shameless plug. But yeah, they could join. They can join in the live, and like I say, they're
Yeah.
a great bunch. In the comments, they're very welcoming.
Yeah.
It's not too, it's not too dark, but they do.
Yeah.
They just lead me to get on with the story.
Good.
The one thing, a point I do make, and I do say it before I start live, I have noticed with uh, creators that do go live, they swap and change between interacting with their live audience and continuing with the story. That's not something I particularly like,
Yeah.
because if I'm
Yeah.
watching something, I want to watch that. So it, if you just let them know, the guys know,
Yeah.
that yeah, what I have a quick chat with the guys in the live at the very beginning. Once I
Yeah.
start the story, then I see all the way through.
Yeah.
I try not to chop and change anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes, every now and again, a comment will catch me out the corner of my eye. But
Mhm.
for the most part, I
Yeah.
do try and just see all the way through. So, yeah, they could
Yeah.
come onto the live and request. They can just drop a comment in. I put posts up twice a week. So they could
Yeah.
drop it in on one of the posts. Or, yeah,
Mm.
just go into any one of my videos. I mean, I
Yeah.
the note, as you know, you get the notifications whenever anyone
Yep.
comments on your video. So if I ever see a comment and of a
Sorry.
request, of course I'll do it. What's happened? Just someone
Oh, I'm
commented.
just laughing. I'm laughing at Warwick. I'll not be putting that up because she'll get into bother and it'll start a World War III.
Oh, really? Oh, is he being
Yeah.
naughty? He's
No, no,
terrible,
it's
isn't
fine.
he?
He's saying EK, a
He
YouTuber.
Oh, he's so naughty. Oh,
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
really is so naughty,
Yeah.
isn't he? He really is.
Um,
But yeah.
Tiffany was asking if she could put the link in for your channel. I think it should let you. Actually, see any of the moderators in the video description. I've got the link for Jess's channel in there. So if
Mhm.
one of the moderators could go in to the video description and put the link in, I would be really grateful.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Yeah.
think actually people that aren't
Yeah,
moderators
because you
can.
tried to do that last
Yeah,
night, didn't you?
yep,
And he
yep, and it
won't
wouldn't let
allow
me.
you.
Yep.
Yes.
But all the
No,
all the links are there in the description anyway. But if somebody could put it in, I would really appreciate it. Everybody will be like,
I'll tell her
don't
she
know how
gets
to
a
do it,
few.
don't know what to do.
She gets a couple of brownie points for, look at her. She's
Yeah,
still on the ball,
yeah.
isn't she? Bless her. She's a good one. She
Oh.
is. But yeah,
Oh, there was
it's
another question. Sorry,
Oh, yes,
sorry. No,
yes,
they
of
we
course.
spoke over each other again. I have to put this one up because this one's close to my heart as well.
Mhm.
Because this person's actually going to be my next guest. Not tonight.
Okay.
Not tonight. You don't have to put your clothes back on and get out your jammies, Ray. But, not that he doesn't bother. He's been on YouTube with his house coat on, so he's so Ray's asking, do you do any cases of miscarriage of justice? Because I don't know if
um,
you're familiar with Ray's case. He was in prison for just for anybody else that's listening that's not aware.
okay.
Ray was in prison for 36 years for a crime that he didn't commit. He's been
Okay.
out for it's coming up for nearly 10 years that he's been out.
Wow.
If I get the exact number of years wrong, Ray, don't bar me. But he's still trying to clear his name. And I
Okay.
always say, why would you waste I don't want to offend Ray by saying that, but why would you waste your time if you weren't innocent? You know, why would you keep
Absolutely.
trying to
Yeah.
clear your name
You
time and time
just
again?
go away
You
and
just
hide. You just go
yeah, yeah,
into obscurity, wouldn't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
absolutely. I
yeah.
agree.
He's still so the one of the things I would say is while it maybe wouldn't be something that you would normally cover,
Mhm.
there's a victim there that's not really represented because Ray's very much wanting the real killers to be caught because
Okay.
John Suffield has not had justice. He's not had justice.
Okay.
So it's like I say, it might be something that you
Did
um
you say, did I hear you mention earlier that Ray has been on your channel further?
I've got
Have
some
you
videos about
discussed that?
Ray. I've got some videos about Ray on my channel.
Mhm. Okay.
So there's ones like where it's like a Q&A, but it's not myself. It's Ray and someone else that's they're having
Okay.
like a Q&A. And there's another video as well on there. But Ray's been on Sean Atwood. He's been on millions of not millions, I'll not
Okay.
exaggerate. Sorry, Ray, I'll not exaggerate. But he's been on I think nearly about 15 YouTube channels, like, lesser
Wow.
known ones, so, um,
No, though.
but
Yeah.
this is like, it's one that I always I'm in the middle of the miscarriage of justice and victim side of things, because if there's a miscarriage of justice,
Mhm.
there's 2 victims. There's someone that shouldn't have been in prison,
Of
and there's a
course.
victim that's not had
Had
justice.
justice. Yes, of
And there's
course.
also that victim's family think the real person they think that person
Yeah, of
killed their loved one.
course. Yeah.
So it's always something that's close to my heart. Yeah, about 7 years. Thank you, Ray, thank you. I
7
knew
years
I
he's
knew
been out.
I actually said, about 8 to Jess before we
Yes,
came
you
on.
did. You
Yeah.
did. Yes, you
Yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah.
So you were, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't
But
far off.
of course, it'd be something I'd look into. In fact, I'm very, very interested now as we've
Yeah,
been talking about it. So, um,
yeah.
yeah, if I don't know how unless how would he get in touch? How would we even discuss that? Unless if Ray wants I mean, you don't even need to subscribe if he doesn't want to subscribe. He could
You
just,
better subscribe.
I'd like him to subscribe. I'd appreciate it if he could subscribe. I'm just saying, again, there's that shameless plug.
Nice one.
Shameless, like, comment, subscribe, guys. But yeah,
I think we're
if
good.
he wants
Yeah.
to have a chat about it at any point, or you
Yeah.
could let me know where to find. Well, I'll just have a look on your
Just
list,
out for the
Sharon. Have a look on your
information. Yeah,
videos, yeah,
yeah,
and I can have a chat with him. But of course, yeah, that's definitely something I would look into. There's not many cases that I avoid, if I'm honest. There's really not. If I'm
yeah,
asked to do something, I do the best I
yeah,
can to try and do justice to whatever I'm asked to
yeah.
do. So into his
Yeah.
9th year, right? And like
I
you
think
said,
we're maybe getting mixed up. I don't know if I maybe was reading the wrong thing when I said 7, but that's how I'd said. I thought it was about coming up for about 10. That's what I said. I had thought in
you
between
said
8 and
10,
10. Yeah.
and he
Yeah, yeah,
says
yeah.
he's going into his 9th
Yeah.
year. So you're
Yeah.
close. Yeah, very, very close. But
But
yeah,
I
of
think
course that'd be
why would
something.
you keep fighting? You know, why would you keep fighting? And
Like you
he's
say, you
working
would
all the time.
just, yeah,
Yeah.
you would just go and live your life, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? You wouldn't
Yeah.
continue to fight. So yeah, it'd
Yeah.
definitely be something. I mean, I'm very interested as we speak. So I will have a look on your channel itself, Sharon, and
Yeah.
have a nose at what I can find on there as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, if Ray wants to get in touch with me over on my side, or come through you, that's fine. And we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can
Yeah.
sort out, and maybe
I'm
get it
sure he'd
on
appreciate that.
a request
Oh,
Tuesday.
have I lost her or has she lost me?
I'm still
I
here.
think we had a wee blip again.
Am I gone? Am I gone? Do you know, all this time, I still can't believe I thought it was you. And it was me. And I'm still
I
here just rattling
I don't know
away.
who it is. I don't know who it is.
It's obviously
I
me,
don't
but
know
it's
who it
because
is.
I think because I can still see myself. I'm under the impression you can still see me. It's terrible, but the
Yeah.
worst thing is, didn't it go? We never had this once last night, not once. So it's just sod's law,
No,
isn't it?
I know.
But
I know.
no, I would.
Typical. Typical.
I'd definitely be interested in doing that though for Ray. So once
Yeah.
obviously I'd need an awful lot of information, but yeah, that's no problem at all. Yeah, I
I'll
definitely
get you
want to do
Ray's
that.
YouTube channel and all that as well, and I'll send you. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to put
Oh,
you up there, William. Sorry. Um, I will send you all of the social media stuff for you. It's the page and YouTube, and I don't know if you're on. I still call it Twitter. I'm refusing to call it X.
I am on the
But
Twitter.
I've got like
I am on the
a
Twitter. I
list of
don't
all
use
the
it for a
social
lot,
media
but I
things.
am on there. Yes, I
You
am.
call it the Twitter as well. I call it the
The
Twitter.
Twitter. Yes. I had to laugh
So
when you
yeah,
said it earlier. I
definitely.
thought, yes.
Yep. But yeah, please everybody go over to Ray's channel as well, because it's there should be more people talking about that. I just don't understand how there's not. But yous
Yeah.
will all be more informed, hopefully when Ray comes on. I
Yes.
think Ray's coming on a couple of times. We're going to do one where it's more who's Ray, basically, rather
Okay.
than just Ray, the man that was in prison, the innocent man that
Yeah,
was in
some more
prison for.
who he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, we're going to do one, where it's about the case, but that would obviously be more in depth, and it might need to be like a 1 or 2 part thing, because obviously
Absolutely.
I mean, you're thinking 36 years of prison,
Yeah.
then the 9 years fighting. I mean, that's a long story,
That's a
That is
long, long
a
time.
long.
Yeah. You'd be lucky to
Yeah,
do a part. Only have to do like a part 1 and part 2 to fit all that in.
yeah. And
You'd need
one of the
quite a long
things
time.
I'm gonna give, Ray, uh, an embarrassment now. Sorry, Ray, but I would say for someone that's been in prison for 36 years, I've never known someone that's so compassionate still. He's
Okay.
not lost his humanity,
It's not like
He's not.
jaded. You would imagine you'd be quite jaded
No,
for after
no.
experiencing that. So
I mean,
that's
obviously,
amazing.
people will everybody has their moments,
Mm-hmm.
everybody has
Of
their moments,
course.
you know,
Yes.
but from what I've known Ray for quite a wee while now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm impressed with how well he manages to text people.
Stay upbeat.
When you think
Yes.
of,
Yeah.
and all of that, just all of the technology stuff, and I think,
Oh, of
I don't know how
course. Yeah,
he
because
does
all
it.
that
Yeah,
would have been
yeah,
missed. Yeah.
yeah, yep,
That would be
yep,
crazy, actually,
yeah,
missing all that introduction to everything. Like, oh my God, social
Mhm.
media, the
Yeah.
internet itself. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Because at least I mean, we felt it come fast. You know,
Yep.
it escalated very quickly, didn't it?
Yeah,
From
yeah,
I think was it I think Facebook was oh 04, I believe. YouTube was oh 05 and Twitter was oh 06. I believe,
yeah,
if I've got that right. And even those, they just blew up so quickly from starting off there. I mean, I got my
yeah,
first Facebook in 2007, and it just skyrocketed. So yeah, to miss all of that's just
yeah.
crazy, and to have to catch up on everything. So yeah, that'd be really interesting. I'll be there. I'll be there in the
Yeah.
watching years. I'll be watching
Yeah.
that one, definitely.
I mean,
Yes. So
even all the things we take for granted, think of things like 9 years ago, right? So you're 2015, just say for talking sake, like
mhm.
Netflix and, all of these things that we just,
Yeah.
like back then it was, I don't even know whether, when did Channel 4, does anybody know when Channel 4 came out? I mean, I know
Channel
obviously Channel 5 wasn't out obviously
82,
then.
82, I think, or have I just made
No,
that? I think it's
it
about
was,
82.
it was 1981 when the crime happened,
Oh, so we wouldn't
and
have even seen Channel 4 come into play. Wow.
yep, yep,
That's great. I was
yeah,
3. I was 3.
yeah,
That's crazy, isn't it?
yeah.
Just all that time. And Ray came out in what, 2015? Is that right?
I'll let
2014,
I'll let him
2015.
answer I'll let him answer that.
Oh, when did you come out, Ray? Was it 2014, 2015?
She she means prison, not as,
Yeah, right, the closet. I wasn't
aye.
yeah, no. I wouldn't out you. I wouldn't out you like
When did you come out there?
that. But
Oh, Matt's
just
saying
to think,
82 was when Channel 4. Matt's saying
82.
82. William's
Oh,
saying
funny, right?
84.
Check me out.
We've got a poll going on here of people, you know,
I've got 82. I'm going with 82. I don't know where I've got that from, but I've got
yeah.
82 in my head. But see,
So
Warwick can be like, oh, she does know something then.
there's
Well,
I've got
all
Ray
right.
said there. I'll put this up for Ray. There.
2016, October 2016.
Yeah.
So it's 8. Yeah, of course, they're going into your
Yeah.
ninth year
Yeah.
now, of course.
Yeah.
My God, Ray. From when I was 3, so what would I have been in 2016? I'd have been 38. So yes, the 36 year, like, my goodness me. Like
Yeah.
do you know what? I'll be really interested to watch the live that you're gonna have with him, to be honest,
Yeah.
just to, when you were saying more to discuss like him about him, I'd be so curious to be like, how did he
Yeah.
feel when he came out to all these
Yeah.
did he get to experience those changes while he was inside? Did he not
Yeah.
did they get to have those sort of things as well? Or I'd just be very curious to
Yeah.
watch it. I would, yeah.
I
So
think I
that's
think when it's something that it's not something we've experienced, it's hard
yeah.
to put yourself in
Try and get
that.
your head round,
Yeah.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course
Yeah.
it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I will. I'll be very
Yeah.
interested in that. But yeah, if he wants me to I d have a go at it's I'm
Yeah.
saying it and it's like that's a lot of pressure to get it right, but I'd definitely like to give it a go. I would, for him, if he wouldn't want me to. So of course, yeah, but
There
I'd
you go,
like
Rick.
to. Yeah, there you go. There we go. So no, there's a request live Tuesday
Yeah.
in the book.
A request you never thought you'd get as
No,
well. It's
at
a
all,
change up. Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
It's a change up,
Y- Yeah, of
You can't
course.
just have one victim now, you've got to have 2
I've got
victims. You're
two.
getting
I've got
greedy.
two.
Getting greedy now.
Yes,
She's
it
getting
might
greedy.
maybe do it over 2 parts. So
Yeah,
that's sort of
yeah.
before and after. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
there's
already
not a
working it
lot
out in my brain. So
there's not a lot out there about, John Suffield. There's not a lot. There's not I don't There's a few old kinda documentaries that are I think
okay,
they're kind of like the sort of BBC type thing, you know, where they have a sort
Okay.
of agenda and they're not really, you know,
Yeah, it's a,
they're old, and there's lots of things that have came out
yeah, they
now.
already have
Yeah,
a point of
yeah,
view and they're not going to
yeah.
sway from that. Yeah, I understand. I
Because there's
understand.
I don't want to take over by saying too much about this, but there was, like, things that were hidden, you know, that they've
Mm.
found, like, um, um, 201 statements.
Oh,
I'm trying to get it in my head because 'cause I've got it written down, right?
no, that's
And it's
fine.
like
Yeah.
I've got it written down and I'm trying to see it in my mind, but, like, 201 statements from people that never made it to trial. Things that were
Oh,
hidden. Yeah. Things
wow.
people that said they saw, you know, XYZ happening
Yeah.
and
They never
it
made it.
meant
So it's like
yeah.
they had their guy and that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
In their
yeah.
mind, that's it now. We're going to focus.
It was a
Wow.
race it was a race thing. A race thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
And
Okay.
even the basically, I can't remember his title, but, like, the chief of the Black Police Commission type thing.
Mm,
Forgive me
mm.
if I'm butchering this, I'm sorry. Um,
Yeah.
actually even came out and said about the level of racism back then, you know, so
Right. Okay. Well,
and it was
yeah.
just prior to,
ISIS.
like, these riots that happened at Toxteth, so the police were, like, grabbing folk
Vicious.
and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hang on. I was nearly right. I was nearly right. Sorry, Ray. I'm in.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. You got it. That was very good that you had it on
At least I
from the
got the
with that.
number right.
You
Yeah,
did with
yeah,
how from the defense. That's
yeah.
terrible.
And like I say, these were
Wow.
statements saying they saw, you know, because it's like the theory is that you get basically like huckled in and, you know, and but there was like I say, I don't want to go like too much into it because we're going to obviously do a video about that. But
Mm-hmm.
there's for a man that was coming into his place of work, the bookies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it to you because you do all these videos and you go, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was coming in with a newspaper and
Mm-hmm.
like a pint of milk, right?
Okay.
And they said he basically got huckled in by these guys, right?
Right.
But in the crime scene pictures, the pint of milk sitting there undisturbed and the newspaper sitting there undisturbed.
Well, that doesn't make any sense just on that, just what you're saying there. So how does
Yeah.
right, okay. Well,
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. He's helping me.
admitted the police were
I'm doing
targeting
my
the community
best.
and anyone was a target. Right,
Yeah.
okay. No, you are, yeah, 100%. Right, okay. So this was 1981, did you say?
Mhm.
This happened
Yeah.
1981.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't a great time back then, was it, really?
No. Yeah.
Oh,
And that was
good.
Liverpool. That was in Liverpool.
Oh,
Um,
right, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll definitely, have a look. I'm invested now. I'm really
Ah,
invested now.
I
So,
know. See, I'm
yes.
terrible. I get like you and me are like that, you know.
Mm,
So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm very invested now.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, I hope that
I'll be
people will
curious.
look. There's that. Sorry, I talked over you there. Didn't mean. Um,
No.
there's a couple of there's 3 videos actually I think on my channel. There's one that's a snippet from the Sean Atwood interview, and
Mm-hmm,
it's actually Stephanie. The she's used to work for the coroner,
mm-hmm,
and she's now an independent crime scene investigator, death scene
mm,
investigator, and
right,
she's when she was working for the coroner, she investigated over 5,000 deaths, and she's looked at the photographs and all of that stuff, things that the public just don't see.
right.
And she's very much invested in, more being done about this,
Yeah,
as
of
well. But you
course.
see that in that video. It's like 3.5 hours, I think, the Sean Atwood video, and I've taken
Okay.
the section with Stephanie out of it, so that
Right.
people can just listen to that part
Just
if they
right.
want to
Okay.
listen to that part. So,
Yes.
but the link
Okay.
for the full video is in the description for that video as well.
Okay.
And there's
Yeah.
loads of videos on Ray's channel where he's, it's in his own words, you know.
Wow. Oh, I'll definitely go and I'll have a look on your channel, Ray, and I'll definitely subscribe. I will be going in and having a nosy through. You'll just see a stalker
Yeah.
in the corner going through all your videos.
Well,
But no,
I think Ray knows he's got my support, and that's why I'm
of
like,
course. Yeah.
blabbering on. Sorry, everybody. No, I'm
No,
not
no,
going to apologize for it because,
no.
like I said,
It's how you feel, and like I say, it's by the signs, but you've invested a
yeah,
lot of time, so you know what's gone
yeah,
on and everything else. So no,
yeah,
I'm very invested myself now. So I'll be
yeah,
like I say, I'll be stalking his YouTube channel now.
yeah.
So I
That, and
will.
you're
I'll be
going to
having
be
a look.
looking at the Stuart Lubbock one as well on my channel. You're going
I've
to be
got to finish
watching
that
one of
one.
the,
I've
yeah,
got to
yeah,
finish that one. I've got to finish that one.
yeah,
That's again while I was running behind today. I knew about it, but I didn't. It was one of those cases that I knew,
yeah,
but I hadn't really. I just read the headlines. Let's say I
yeah,
just, I knew round about what had happened, but I
yeah,
didn't go any further than that. And I think what surprised me again, like we'd mentioned earlier, was the fact that can we say the name? Can we say who we're talking about and stuff? I realize, can we do that? Can we say what we're on?
yeah,
I was looking at obviously a video on Sharon's channel about Stuart Lubbock. Have I pronounced that right?
yeah, Lubbock.
The
Yeah,
Lubbock. I wouldn't have known from the name, so it's Michael Barrymore case,
yeah,
and I just what I was incensed when I was watching it was I
yeah,
very distinctly remember watching Celebrity Big Brother, and there he
yeah.
was in 2007
Hmm.
literally crying for himself
Yeah,
on the sides and on a chair and just feeling very
yeah.
sorry for himself. And if I'm right, he won that, didn't he? I'm pretty
He
sure
was
he
the
won.
runner-up. He was the
Oh,
runner-up.
what? Oh,
Chantel,
Chantal.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Chantal won.
Chantel.
That's right.
Not that I
Sorry. Yes.
watched it, but I saw it from in the
Oh, I did.
documentary that's on my
Oh, I
channel.
did.
Yeah,
I loved Big
yeah,
Brother back then. So
yeah,
yeah, I think it was Dennis
yeah,
Rodman and it was Preston and Chantal. Yes, I remember them all.
yeah, yeah.
And George Galloway, if I'm right,
Jodie
if
Marsh.
I'm right,
Jodie Marsh was
Jodie
on it as well.
Marsh was in it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
she didn't last long, but
Pete
I do
Burns.
remember Pete
Burns
Burns.
was.
Yeah, they
I didn't
clashed
watch
terrible.
it, but I know who was in
You
it.
know them all. I don't
But
know about that. There's a secret watcher here. I think you're
well,
fibbing here,
I,
Sharon.
actually, my friend would probably agree with you because I say I don't watch soaps, and she says, "Oh, such and such," and I'm like, "Aye, is that Deirdre Barlow's daughter, or is that?"
So
Like I
yeah,
know all the. I know, yeah, yeah,
the ins and
yeah,
outs of what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah. And she doesn't
Yes,
believe me. And then they were talking. She was talking about Emmerdale, and of course I wanted to call it Emmerdale Farm. Just
yes.
why not?
Why not?
And I was like, "Oh, is that the Dingles?" And I was like, "Shh, shh, shh,
Shh.
calm.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't say
Can
anymore."
I just
I don't
say?
watch them, but I don't.
I'll just say I never used to watch Emmerdale, like you say, Emmerdale Farm, or once it switched before or after. I
Yeah,
didn't really have a lot of interest in it. But I
yeah,
tell you, when I did start watching it, and only for that period of time,
yeah,
was it Kim Tate? I loved Kim Tate. She was just amazing. I know she was vile, but I just thought she was a cracking
yeah,
character. So I watched it while she was in it. But any of the other soaps, I can't take part in the conversations
Yeah.
because I stopped watching them all probably, we've got to be going back about 10, 12 years ago, maybe. So I haven't,
Yeah.
like you, I'll pick up on conversations that people all have, or I'll, if you're in the shop,
Yeah.
you'll see a magazine up on the thing and it
Yeah.
will have
Yeah. Yeah.
characters
Yeah.
from EastEnders or whatever, and you'll be like, oh, so and so's still in it.
Yeah.
But other than that, no,
Yeah.
I have no. I couldn't catch up now if I tried. I don't think I'd much prefer to sit there and watch old EastEnders episodes,
Yeah.
back in the 80s, or even
Yeah.
Coronation
Yeah.
Street, old Coronation Street. I'd
Angie
much
and
prefer to
Den.
do
Like
that.
Angie and Den
Yes,
sort of
Angie and
thing. Those
Dan,
are. Yeah.
Sharon and
Yeah.
Phil and Grant. I'd
Yeah.
much happily watch them rather than
Yeah.
watch what it's become, because that's
Yeah.
when I started just coming away from it. I just thought, this is too much.
Yeah.
It's too
Yeah.
far-fetched. I can't. I think when I walked away from it was when they really made Archie Mitchell. I mean, Archie Mitchell, as we knew, was a bad guy, but they really made him a bad guy. And I just thought, oh, I can't. You're just going too far now. So I came away from it because I really liked Archie Mitchell. I'm not going to lie. I had a bit of a crush on old Archie Mitchell. So, yeah, I was actually really like, why have you done that to that man? Why have you made him that bad? So I had to stop watching it. But and having my son and everything else, I just sort of came away from all the soaps.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely watch, go back to the 80s and watch them all again.
Yeah.
Watch the reruns again, definitely. But
Yeah.
no, what was I on about? I was on about before then. The Big Brother with Stuart LeBron.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got into that, and like I say, I was so annoyed as I was watching it
Yeah.
because I'd noticed that I don't know why I didn't connect it at the time, but the fact that happened in 2001,
Yep.
and Michael Barrymore's, pleading for
Yeah.
sympathy from everyone who would look at him, only in
Yeah.
2007. That's only 6 years.
Yeah.
And what happened to that poor fella? Now, whether he was involved or not,
Yeah.
let's just say he passed out in a bedroom and knew nothing about it. I'm making it up. I'm just saying,
Yep.
let's just say that
Yeah.
happened. Still, a young man
Mhm.
died at your home, and
Yeah.
you're on Celebrity Big Brother feeling very sorry for his out. I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't. I struggle with that now. I don't know why at the
Yeah.
time I didn't clock it, and I genuinely did. I didn't like him. I can't say I
Yeah.
liked him, and I was a bit like, oh God, how's he come second? But I didn't. There wasn't sort of that vitriol that I've got now.
Warm.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Mm.
No, not a good guy from what
No.
I'm doing. But I've only watched a bit of I'd watched
Yeah.
the longer clip that you'd done, and now I'm watching
Yeah.
the whole thing. So I'd like
Yeah.
to see if I feel as angry by the end of it, but I've no doubt I will.
Mhm.
I've no doubt I will.
Yeah.
So,
I
so
was just going to say to Ray that I'll put all the links to all of your videos in the video description. I'll probably have to do it tomorrow because my eyes will be like that
oh, of
after
course,
this.
you're going to be shattered. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're going to be
but I'll
exhausted.
get
Of
all
course
the
you will.
links and all the contact stuff and all that because if anybody's watching, because there'll be people watching this not on the live, they'll be rewatching it. So,
Yeah.
they'll be watching it on the, the Mora.
Replay. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. After the fact.
So
Yes.
I'll do that, Ray. I'll put that up there in the video description. He doesn't have a wee ticker that says I should have edited it to say
Oh, it's back.
Andre's information. I'll edit. I can't edit
Oh,
it now.
yes.
But
Oh,
there
bless him.
there was one other thing. Somebody said something else, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it out the corner of my eye.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't find it now. It
Oh,
doesn't
this
matter.
fan's so
It doesn't
noisy.
matter. But yeah, no, obviously that case, that is one that the Stuart Lubbock case is one that
It's awful.
really
It's
touched
awful.
me. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's awful because, like you said, I'm not going to sit here and say somebody's guilty or innocent, because that's
No, I'm not.
What,
No, and it's just
what I will, sorry, we did
no.
it.
Go
We
on.
did it.
I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. I'm
No,
sorry.
we both did it. We both did it. But what I will say is there is a video there of a press conference between the Stephen Jennings and Terry Lubbock, the late father of Stuart. He's there as well at the press
Right.
conference.
Okay.
And the Steve Jennings is like the CIO of the case. He's like it's still an open investigation. It's still an
Right.
open case.
Okay. Okay.
And there was 3 people arrested, and basically Michael Barrymore was one of them, and his boyfriend at the time, Jonathan Kenny, and one of the other party guests, Justin Merritt.
Right.
And from what they're saying, with it being an open investigation, they're saying they've not been cleared from their inquiries, and that's still.
Right. All these years later. Do you know what though? I'm glad. And with the fact
Doesn't
that
mean guilt though. It doesn't mean guilt,
no,
but it
it doesn't.
still
No, it
shows.
doesn't. But I even that's what I was trying to say. Even if we could say that he passed out, let's say I remember. I don't know where I heard it, but he was saying, you know, I'd been very drunk and everything else.
Yeah.
It might have even been on the big one of the Big Brother episodes, but. Okay, let's just say you were. Let's say you were completely plastered and you'd passed out on the bed hours beforehand. Okay, let's say with all of that, that doesn't excuse you doing a runner afterwards.
Yeah, with 2
and
people.
with 2 people, and then milking it for everything it was worth for sympathy for yourself. And that I struggle with. And that's not even saying that's not even going as far as saying he's guilty. That's just on, you know, common courtesy. You know, what are you playing at? Why would you do that? It's just all very iffy. But I think with what's going on in Hollywood and the music industry at the minute, where we're saying the name that we won't say, I'm glad they've kept his name in it, because I think there's a lot of people out there that I think should be not sleeping as comfortable at night at the minute, because it seems like with the rise of social media and people who have invested interests in cases that have long been, you know, put to the back, because the media on about the like the tabloids and things like that, they're not talking about it anymore, so they think, well, out of mind. But thanks to things like YouTube and even Twitter, TikTok, all of those, you have got people that have got real interest in this, that are bringing things back out of the woodwork, and I think it's great. I really do. And you know, if you've done nothing wrong, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about, should you? But I still think his lack of empathy at the time still deserves sort of an eyebrow raise, I think, even if he didn't have anything to do with it.
He went on that Piers Morgan life stories as well and got a lot of sympathy there.
He did.
And then
did.
he got a contract to go on Dancing on Ice. You know,
okay, right,
and he fell and broke his wrist, I think, so he had to leave. But again, the Piers Morgan thing, because, you know, obviously I actually feel a bit of sympathy for Michael Barrymore as well, because I don't know, I think I have a lot of sympathy for Stuart. That goes without saying, in his family.
Yeah, of course. No, it's fine to have sympathy for him.
But there's part of me that just thinks, I wouldn't want to be Michael Barrymore and to have been so, I'm going to just say it like how I would say it. So I'll phrase it more delicately. So off his face, I'll say face instead of a female body part, okay?
Yeah.
so off his
Yeah.
face,
Oh,
and but the thing is that why would he not be asking people what the
yeah.
actual happened in
What's
my
gone on? What's happened at my house? Why wasn't you more forthcoming? Why wasn't you
yeah,
at the press conferences visiting with visiting with his family? You know,
yeah,
being apologetic. I'm going to. You know,
yeah,
he's got to have had a lot of money. I'm not saying, all right,
yeah,
make yourself broke trying to find out, but at least
yeah,
something. You know, offer to help with the funeral. You know, a headstone. We were only discussing that yesterday with the story I did yesterday.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
things like that, I think, can make a huge difference.
yeah,
And just hiding and burying your head in the sand, whether you had anything to
mhm,
do with it or not, I just
yeah,
don't think was a good look for him. Um,
no,
if he was, let's come at it from the point of view that he's innocent. Let's just say that.
yeah,
With regards to him losing everything, you know, his show, was it like Strike It Lucky,
yeah.
all his
He was
endorsements and
one of the
everything
highest
else.
paid. He was the highest paid star on
Oh, he
ITV at
was
the time.
huge. Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was. He was huge.
yeah,
And to lose all of that, let's say if you're innocent, is
yeah,
there's no two ways about it. It must have been terrible, but I
yeah,
still think, okay, you could have been devastated over that, but I just think
yeah,
in the weight of public opinion, you
yeah.
really could have helped yourself a lot more than you
He could
did.
have done it
You really
better.
could have.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. So,
yeah.
you know, the jury's out. I don't know how I feel about it. I just think, um, innocent or guilty, you just went about it a really, really bad way. I just think.
Well, I don't know if you've got to the part in the documentary where they're talking about the coroner's inquest.
I
Um,
only saw the bit that you'd done separately,
oh,
but
right,
not
right.
in the
Yeah,
actual full documentary. No,
yeah.
I haven't got
Because I
there
mean,
yet.
that's really interesting as well. And there's actually in the videos that I've got up about Stuart Lubbock, I've got a link to an actual podcast that my
Hmm.
friend Naomi does. She's amazing. Naomi Channel. That's her name.
Okay,
And it's like, but
right.
that's not her channel name, but her actual
Okay, right.
fun
That's a
name.
name. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
But it's her podcast is Real. It's just called Real,
Oh,
but she's
okay.
amazing. And I actually feature on her third podcast um
Okay.
about one of the cases that she was doing. That I don't quite know how I feel about now being on that, but that's a story for when we're not on here.
Okay. So is it
Some
like a
people
true
will
crime
know.
podcast? Is it like a true crime podcast that
It
she does, or
was
is it
I'm doing
just a
this
bit of
thingy.
everything?
It's very victim centric, like yourself, but
Okay.
she
Right.
really deep dives into it. It's like 6 episodes, but they're maybe like about
Uh,
30 minutes each. But she gets
okay.
like she's actually a TV producer. So she's got
Uh,
certain access to things that,
yes, of course.
you know,
Yes. Yeah.
so she gets
Look
and
a
she's seen a
certain
lot.
EK that we won't
Ye
mention.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
understand.
So
I understand.
she's great. So Stuart Lubbock was actually the second one that she did. The first one was Claudia Lawrence. That's another one that not a lot of people do. You'll need to listen to them. I fall asleep listening to podcasts, as
Yes.
in not I don't mean chilling out. I mean, I
Yeah.
put it on and the
Yeah.
next minute I'm sleeping. But
Yeah. That's me.
Naomi
I fall asleep.
knows Naomi
Yeah.
knows that when I listen to hers, I'm just like, "Okay, I'm still listening. I'm
Yeah.
still listening.
But
I'm
I'm
still
dropping off.
listening."
Yeah.
No, but hers I do listen. I can't I don't fall asleep. I don't
Right,
fall asleep.
okay, yeah, I've got you. Yes, yes,
Yep,
yes, I
yep.
understand.
She
Yeah.
actually
Do you
did
know there are
the
some like that? Yeah.
Yep. She's the only one though for me. The only one for me, Naomi, she's the only one for me.
Ah,
Listen,
do you know who I fall asleep
podcasting,
to?
podcast.
Oh no, and I really, really, I do like him, but he's one of those that I can just listen to, even if I've heard the story over and over again.
Yep,
And it's not even true crime, although I have believe it or not, done a
Yeah.
couple of stories that I'd originally heard from him, and it's Mr. Borland. I don't know if you've ever heard from him.
Oh,
He's
yeah, I
blew up
love
huge.
him. Oh, I love
He's
him,
great,
yeah.
isn't he? The Navy
Yeah.
SEAL. I think he's just
Do you watch
his
the ones where he
story.
does an hour? Sorry, sorry, I didn't
Yes,
mean to. The hour-long ones, oh, they're great.
I
They're great.
do. I
Yeah,
think he's fab. My favourite ones are like the top threes. You know,
yeah,
top three.
yeah, yeah,
People going to places they shouldn't. I love those
yeah.
ones. Not so much the creepy ghost sort of
He
forest
does
stories. I'm not
medical
really on
mysteries.
them.
He does on Spotify. He's got the medical mysteries ones as well. I don't know if you've seen, well, not
Ah,
seen,
so I
heard
haven't got
any
him
of
on
them.
Spotify. Yeah, no,
Aye.
I haven't,
The
but I
medical
do.
mysteries is good. People dying and like with weird.
He does them. He does. I think he wraps them all up into an hour there, but he does break.
Yep,
He does do them in like his top threes as well, because I
yep,
have heard a lot of the medical ones that have kind of gone
yeah,
wrong, and it's oh my god. But now him, because of his
yeah,
voice and his storytelling ability, I drop asleep to him all
yeah,
the time because I know them as well. So he's one. Um, this is Monsters. I fall asleep.
yep.
This is going to sound very sexist, I know, but I can only fall asleep to a male voice. It's their voices that does it, and it's just sort of one level, and it's so, and I'm gone. But
Yeah,
only if I know the story, and then I can drop off.
yeah,
But if I don't, then like you were saying, it will catch my ear, and I'm like, oh, that's it now. I'm up
yeah,
for the next 2 hours listening to this. But yeah, Mr. Borland is a huge favourite of mine.
yeah,
I'd actually spotted him. Oh God, back in lockdown, when he
yeah. It
just
was
moved
ages
on
ago.
to
Mm-hmm.
YouTube from
Yep,
TikTok, and I
yep,
was like, and just to watch him sort of explode and the good he
yeah,
does for he's got a charity now, and I
yeah,
love the fact that it's his mom and his wife and everyone's involved,
yeah,
how it's like a real family thing. I really, really like him, and I like the fact that even though he's blew up, one, he hasn't
yeah.
changed, his format's
No, it's
still the
yeah,
same,
yeah.
he still seems the same, and the fact that I don't know if you heard the case of there was a what would you call them now, like, you know, when they go up in an airplane and it's the guys that you jump out with, and they sort
Like a
of
tandem parachute jump.
yeah, so it's the story was based on the one of not a customer, but the guy who actually worked
Yeah,
for the people who jumped out, and
yeah,
basically he done a jump.
yeah,
It was awful, really. He hadn't checked the bag, or the bag
yeah.
hadn't been checked. Tandem, thank you. And the bag hadn't been checked, and I think
Ah.
he protected the woman who was
Oh,
attached to him.
yeah.
Do you
That
know the one I
landed. Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
But
yep,
he landed funny, and he was,
yeah,
his legs were
yeah.
broke. He was broken, but he
Oh,
lived.
yeah.
And Mr. Borland raised a fortune for him and his family for their
Yeah,
medical expenses. And I just thought, do you know what?
yeah,
I thought was amazing. And I was a huge fan of his before then. So once
yeah.
I heard that, I was like, you're
I
just
know. I really
amazing.
like him. I really
Oh,
like him.
he's ace, and his storytelling abilities are just second to none. You just get
Yeah,
so involved. So that sort of, although he's not a true crime creator as such, if I can model myself on storytelling wise as best
yeah,
as possible, he would be someone I would look to, that in that sort of
yeah.
trying to engage people. That's sort of who I look to, rather than
I'm
the normal true crime
yeah,
creators.
yeah.
I think he's amazing. I do.
I'm
I
gonna end
think
up
he's
having to
great.
put his link in my chat
You
in my thing as well.
are. You are. Who's this
Um,
Mr. Baller guy?
I've kept Matt's comment up because Matt is my lovely friend. Matt's actually an ex-Royal Marine, retired, I should say.
Oh,
But I didn't want to
okay.
make you sound old by saying retired,
But
But they
retired
have
more.
to, yeah, but they
They
have to
retire
retire
quite
early.
young anyway, don't
They do,
they?
they
So,
do. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And he's very
Oh,
fond. He's very fond of rabbits.
Rabbits. Okay.
I'll tell you that one off of this as well.
I was going to say, what rabbits are we talking here, Sharon?
That'll know what I mean.
Oh, hi, Matt. Hi, Matt.
Oh,
But
Matt's actually a he's a filmmaker now because I
oh,
can't bum up Naomi, that's Matt's friend as well.
okay,
I can't bum up her about being a TV producer and not say that anything about
and not
Matt
mention
being a
Matt.
filmmaker. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually need to send you. He's actually got Matt's got a documentary on Amazon, but
okay,
my wee favourite one is the one about the Marine story. Again, it's like 18 minutes long. This video, and
right,
I was just absolutely just
enthralled. Yeah.
yeah.
Ah,
It's about the Falklands.
yes.
Is that right, Matt? Am I getting that right? The Falklands one. I forget the guy's name. If you're still there, please tell me.
Falklands
But
was that in the 80s? That's the 80s. The Falklands, isn't it? I
yeah,
think.
a
Oh,
guy's
I'm
telling
terrible.
someone else's story, and it's like about the
Okay,
back,
right.
about like the first person perspective of being in that war, what you
Right.
had when you had like nothing and you're just yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
But I'll put the
That
link
sounds
in the video
interesting. Yeah,
description.
put it in. Throw it in.
But I was going to say, can you believe it? We have been on for an hour and 35 minutes. So
It's just
we
caught my eye.
probably should wind down. Oh, one of my
Do you
lights
know what?
went off.
Has it
And
gone up? Do you know what? Mine had gone off, but I've got my big one on. But
yeah,
I was just thinking I can hear them walking back and forwards. And I know what
yeah,
it is. They are getting hyped up now because it's
yeah, yeah.
late. So they're going to start
Answer. Yeah,
roiling themselves up now. So I will need to rein them
yeah,
in because otherwise I
yeah.
won't be getting them up in the morning. But
Well,
this has been amazing,
I
Sharon.
do love the links. It has. I know it really has. I want to thank all the moderators, my mod squad. As you'll see it when you look back at the live chat. You'll see all the
Yes.
moderators and all the people that
Oh.
are the non-mod squad. Yous are just as important in that chat. It's been great to see
Oh.
everybody that's there. It really has. I know that sounds corny, and I'm sorry, but I don't care because
No,
that's me
not at all.
from the
It's a
heart.
credit to you, Sharon. It's a credit to you. The
Oh,
fact that, like you say, you hadn't done this in a while
yeah,
and that they've all just come straight back for
yeah.
you. It's a
It's
credit to
so
you, and
nice.
it is.
And there's
That's
probably
amazing.
oh, thank you. There's probably new people that'll be watching, like hopefully, like tomorrow and stuff like that,
Fingers crossed.
So
Fingers
hi new
crossed.
people, hi new people. But even if
Oh,
you're new people watching, I really appreciate that as well. And
no.
yeah, I hope you come back and watch more of this madness. I mean me, not
Oh.
her. Go and watch the madness over on her channel.
Yes, even over in Marwin, it's crazy. And Sharon will
Yeah.
be there. Sharon's in, she's trying to distance herself. She can't because she's part of the group too. So she can't distance herself from us. She's part of us as well. So,
I am.
but yes. And I'm gonna
Oh,
about to do a
I totally am.
shameless
Totally
plug
am.
very quickly. That I'm live again tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Yep.
If anyone wants to venture over to join.
Yes,
Excellent show. Well done. Good to see everyone having a good
they
time.
should.
Good chat while watching the show. Oh, that's nice what someone's put, the Scotland effect. Is that one of your mods, Sharon? The
That
Scotland
is
effect.
actually my husband.
Is
And I will
he?
give a
Oh,
shameless plug for his. You need to go over and look at that channel. He's a photographer. And he does
oh,
videos and stuff as well. So and
excellent.
if
Oh, well, we'll have to have a
anybody's
look.
near Plymouth and looking for a wedding photographer, Matt's the man for that as well. I'll put
Ah.
the link for Matt. I'll
Oh,
just put
yeah,
the link
throw
for
mine as
everybody.
well. Or
But
just
yeah,
link them.
I'll put
Look,
the link for
everyone has
Neil's
a link.
channel as well.
You get a
Yep,
link and you
throw
get a
it
link
in.
and you get a
Yep.
link. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
see,
Oh,
there is a possibility that maybe YouTube might not let me put everything in the actual description. So what I will do is I'll put in as much as I can in the description,
mm-hmm.
and then if
Yes.
there's anything that I can't put in links wise, I'll put it in the comments. So it'll be there.
Yes.
Everything will be there. It'll just maybe not all
Ah.
be in the description. But Jess, your stuff's there.
Uh,
So but
oh, bless you. Oh, thank
but I
you.
hope you've enjoyed it. But I've got one last question for you.
Oh, go on then. Go on
Wait,
then.
see that face. Will you come back on again some other time?
Ah, of course I will. Thank you. Yes, of course I will.
Good,
Anytime. This has been
good.
amazing, Sharon. And just while I've got a split second, I just want to
Yep,
say thank you so much for having me on.
you're
It's
welcome.
it's a real privilege. You're an amazing lady.
Oh,
And I'm just so grateful that one, you've got me on at all, and two, to be your first one back. So and I've really enjoyed it. You've made me very comfortable. It is not only my I'm first on your channel. It's my first one ever. So
yeah.
you've made
No,
you've made me very comfortable. So thank you so
good.
much. It's really appreciated. So thank
Oh,
you.
I'm happy. I'm happy that
Um
you're, that's good. That makes me happy that you felt comfortable and all of
of
that. So
course,
yeah,
yes, so comfortable, so comfortable. I've got to
good.
admit, my first couple of minutes, I thought, oh God, this is going to go horribly wrong because my brain is not connecting with my mouth at the minute. But
Yeah,
I
you
got
got
there.
there.
I managed to carry a sentence, so that's a plus point. So, but no, thank you so much, and of
Oh,
course I'll
you're
be back.
welcome. Oh, that's good.
Yes,
Thanks, Arnie. Thought you were doing your Arnie impression there. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Yes, I will. I'll be back, of
Oh,
course.
wait, hang on. I'm seeing, what's
Getting
he
all
saying?
hot again.
What's he saying? He's getting used to his new glasses.
Just getting used to new glasses and not
Yes.
being saying much tonight.
Aye.
Oh, that's okay. That's all
That's not
right.
like him. He's
I feel your
chatterbox.
pain. I feel you. It takes me about 6 months to get used to a new pair of glasses.
Oh.
I'm terrible, so I understand that. I get that. So, but
Well,
no, it's
this
been
this
amazing.
is this is a bit I hate when I have to like wind down the chat, and thank everybody. I'm not going to go through everybody's names because we had I think about 27 at one point. So
Oh my
not that I can't remember
goodness!
27 names, but I would
But
be frightened in
still,
case
that's
I
a
missed
lot.
somebody.
Yes.
But no, I
Wow.
really appreciate everybody that came in and that were here and took the time to come and watch me and Jess. So
Yes.
yeah,
Watching us
it was
natter.
so good. But
Oh,
I
they're a
will
good bunch.
I will let you go, Jess, and you can get the kids sorted. So
Oh, thank you
I'll just
so much.
I'm sorry if I haven't thanked anybody. I'm not a beauty pageant person, thanking the world peace and
Oh, that's me. Just go through the list. It's terrible. It's
oh,
terrible, but
one last thing actually.
mm, hmm
There is one thing that yous will need to wait for when you go. I'm doing this. It's like
Oh, she's doing
when
something like
yeah,
what's she coming up with?
when
Yes.
when you go over to Jess Rose's channel, at
Hmm.
the end, it's very interesting. At the end of every episode, there's
I
fun
have a
and
jingle.
frolics, let's call it. She's got a jingle.
Have a jingle.
And, I don't know whether she's prepared to have a wee bash at it here.
Oh yes, let's go. Do you know what? And I can feel that your subscribers and your group there are going to be so excited. Mine are going to be like, oh my God,
What is
she
she
can't do it.
doing? Yeah.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can. So yes, at the end of every video, and the reason being, I'll just explain it very quickly. The reason I do this is one, I would struggle how to end a video, and two, I've noticed all the young ones doing it, and I was like, okay, this is obviously a
Mhm.
thing. This is what people do. So it's not actually a jingle as in jingle. It's what we decided to call it. And it is simply, if you could, oh God, am I going to do it, Sharon? Am I really going to do it? I'm going to do it.
You don't have to. They could
I'm
wait till
going
they
to,
go to your channel, and then they would get the surprise.
yes, let them get the surprise. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm saving.
Is that better?
Yes.
Save
Yes,
it for
please.
save it
Yes,
for yeah.
please.
Like
I
that's what
think
I was
that's
thinking.
best.
No pressure. But the ones that
Oh,
know, know.
they
The
know.
ones that know,
Do you
they
know what?
know.
They'd have absolutely died in the corner. They'd have been like, oh my God, she can't tell them what she does. She can't. So, yes, I was
You
about to
have to
tell you
watch.
what I do, but you have to come over. You have to come over. I
Okay.
can't.
You have to come over to watch it. Oh, she's gone. She'll be back in a second. There.
I
Did
forgot.
I go or did it? No, we're here. We're here. It's
Oh,
okay.
oh, oh. Okay.
Okay. So, well, you'll definitely need to go over to Jess Rose's channel so you can see what she does, because
Yes.
she doesn't do a belly dance. I think we're having signal issues. She doesn't do a
Oh,
belly dance. I can tell you that it's not belly dancing.
it's not a belly
So
dance. It's not a belly dance.
I'm
I
saying it's
keep
not
all
belly
my
dancing.
clothes
Nope.
on. All
And
my
it
clothes stay on.
doesn't have maracas. Yep.
No, I haven't got maracas,
It doesn't
and
have
all the clothes stay
maracas.
on. No, no. You have to
No,
just come and see
you
yourself,
do. You do.
unfortunately. You do. You do. So, there we go. It'll be worth it, I promise.
So,
Oh my God.
yeah, well, that is. That is. It makes me laugh every week, and I say, "Oh, I don't know how she does that. I don't know how
Oh,
she
it's a
does it."
way to
But
finish it, I
it's
suppose.
wonderful.
Honestly. Oh
Yeah.
God. It just started and
Okay.
it's just carried on. So there we go.
Well, I will say
Oh, she's
I'll
gone.
end the live. But
There you go.
thank you, everybody. And just remember, you stay there a wee minute. Don't you run away.
Yes,
Because
I will stay here.
I
I
won't
will
keep you
stay.
just for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okie dokie.
2 minutes.
Okie dokie.
But thanks. Thanks, everyone. And I hope to be back on again very soon. And I'll obviously put all my notices up when I'm on again and all that, and maybe even Jess will come and watch one of my videos.
100%. I'll be there, Sharon. Ooh, I'll be there,
Okay.
egging it on.
So
Ooh, yeah.
we can wave everybody goodbye then before we go. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.